Just a few comments about this past weekend. We definitely had the opportunity to learn a lot about ourselves this past weekend and a lot about our game. And I think walking away from the weekend, it was a little bit tough for us as coaches and players because it was hard to know how to feel. We definitely had moments of some really, really good volleyball. Probably some moments where I thought we played better than I thought we were capable of at this point. But then we had moments where we really should have been able to take care of certain things, and when it's that close of games, you kind of don't know how to feel walking away. And I said that in the locker room. You know, we have a lot of great things that we can take away, but you should have just this empty pit in your stomach and this desire to take care of some of those things that we can control, so that would be the difference in the match. So some of the highlights, I think, from the weekend, first of all, we got a chance to play 3 very different teams, so I think that will help us down the road. I thought Kinsey Caldwell did a great job of distributing the ball. We had a very balanced attack when you look at a number of attempts our different hitters had, so that was a real positive, and give a lot of credit to our ball control because we were able to run the middle probably more than I thought we would this weekend, so that was a huge positive. And Shelby and Courtney just did a great job for us in the middle. We really need to be able to get them the ball, so really proud of our ball control on the weekend. We kept Amy held at libero the entire weekend. I know I talked about we have 4 DSs that we're kind of going to be rotating around with libero and DS positions, and we ended up keeping Amy at the libero position. And part of that is right now Amy's got a lot of physical characteristics that I think are really going to help us down the road. She just has to get some game experience and learn some things mentally about the game, and so we decided to keep her in there. The other 3 DSs, Haley, Amanda, and Ashley, all got playing time, and they all did some really good things, and I think they're very capable of helping us, and I think we're going to use all 4 of them pretty much all year. So look forward to seeing their growth and development. On the attacking side, our pins, we pretty much kept Erica and Britt in on the left side. Lee came in and helped us out a little bit, but both of those 2 had moments of really great volleyball. It's just working on consistency. Britt, I think, hit over 500 one match, which is a really hard stat to do for an outside hitter, so very proud of that. Erica had a double-double, so doing both defensively and offensively for us. Macy had a good weekend. I think she was a little bit inconsistent, but really took control in the Utah match and really provided the leadership that we're going to need from her match in and match out. She's, besides Kinsey, the one kid that is on the court the entire time for us, so we really need her, besides being a captain and a senior, to really pick up on the leadership part, and she was able to get a little bit more comfortable with that during the Utah match. I thought we were very scrappy on defense. It's just right now, it's now a matter of being able to control the ball a little bit more, but really proud of the scrappiness because sometimes when you're young and inexperienced, that part goes. So I was really happy to see that we were fighting to get touches on the ball, and now it's working on getting that a little bit more in control. I think a few areas of just that we need to continue to work on, probably more immediate. We do have to figure out what we're going to do blocking wise. We haven't quite figured out as coaches yet what kind of blocking team we're going to be, and that makes a big difference in what you do with the rest of your defense. So we're still kind of testing the waters on even what kind of blocking team we're going to be, but we need to probably figure that out pretty quickly. The other side is serving. We have to get comfortable at serving tough aggressively every single time we go back to there to serve. We probably had more errors than we did aces, and we don't like that ratio to be that separate. We want them to be about the same, so serving needs to pick up. And then just consistency in our entire game. We had moments, we were talking about that as coaches, there were moments where I physically was getting goosebumps because of the play. It was just some, hammering back and forth, great plays, great digs. And then there's moments where we let a ball drop between 2 people that was easily gettable by 2 people. So trying to work on the consistency part of it, the miscommunications, the unforced errors. I know all of that's going to come, and we have to work also as coaches as being patient on that side. But when it's close games like that, it's a little bit harder to handle that. But very good weekend in terms of effort. I was really proud of our kids at the effort. To me, when you have some of those plays where the ball falls between 2 people, or you out of position and you hit a ball out of bounds that should have just been in play, you can really let that snowball as an inexperienced team, and I thought we did a nice job of just getting over that play and getting right back into the next play. And that was one area that as coaches we were really worried about, so really give a lot of credit to our effort and our focus on the weekend. Coming up, as Colin said, we have a tough week ahead as far as competition, but the first match we have is our first home match, which obviously we're extremely excited not to only be at home, but to be able to bring Iowa State and all the promotion that's going with that, and trying to break our attendance record, which is close to 6,500 people. So dollar tickets, you can't beat that. So we're just asking people to bring your friends, please come. I know our kids are extremely excited, just first of all to be at home, but to be able to be in front of our fans. Our kids love our atmosphere, and we're so fortunate, and we do not take it for granted, and we're just really excited to start that part of our season. Obviously, bringing Iowa State, we're not only bringing a great interstate rival, which is always a lot of fun, but we're bringing a really good opponent in Iowa State. They're currently ranked 11th in the country, so bringing a top 10 basically team to town. They're very good with ball control and defense. They always have been, but I think the biggest thing is they've become a lot more physical at the net. They have probably, I would say, 3 players that are their go-to players, I would say. Mackenzie Bigby on the right side is a lefty. We haven't seen that yet, but she's a very physical kid. Victoria Hertz, an All-American on the left, and then they have Tanisha Madlock in the middle. So 3 what I would call go-to players, plus everyone else on their team is capable of putting the ball away as well. So you can't really focus on those 3 kids a lot, because it's going to open up a lot. So serving, like I talked about, needs to be there. We need to put a little less stress on our defense by getting them out of system, but we're looking forward to that battle. Like I said, it'll be a great challenge for us in a lot of ways. Like I said, our kids are really excited, but sometimes that excitement, because of the first match at home, and some of these kids, it's the first time they'll step on the court at home, actually on the court during competition. We're going to have to work hard at controlling that emotion very quickly, because with Iowa State and their capabilities, we really have to be on our game and focus with what we need to have a chance. So a lot of challenges there, and then we turn around and head to North Dakota State, and I won't talk a lot about those opponents, but 3 very tough teams. Wisconsin, they're 3-0, getting votes for the top 25. They beat Pepperdine this weekend, which was considered an upset. So a very tough Wisconsin team. Louisville is our next opponent, and they're ranked 17th. So we expect them to be another big physical team. And then, of course, the host school, North Dakota State. So 4 very physical teams we face on the week will present a lot of challenges for us, but also a lot of opportunity for growth, and we're really looking forward to that as coaches. The hardest part for us is that we have all these things we want to do and want to get better at, but we have very little practice time this week. We practiced Monday for a little bit, and you know, I wonder if we should have, because we're definitely still tired emotionally and physically on the weekend. And then we just had a short practice today, and basically that's it for the week because of the matches we have. So lots to do, but little time to practice. So we're working hard at getting better during the matches for sure. Any questions?
You had 7 kids that played in every set for you over the weekend. Are you satisfied with where your rotation's at right now, or are there still some tweaks coming there?
I definitely think there still will be tweaks coming, and the hard part, you know, when you're doing well, it's hard to get other kids in, finding the right moment to and that's why the first match I definitely was going to play all DSs no matter what happened, just because I felt they all needed the opportunity to see how they responded in that kind of situation. But I really see, you know, getting Lee sometime, you know, she brings something very different. You know, she's a bigger blocker than Erica, which she switched in and out a little bit with Erica. But I like our starting lineup right now. I think, you know, that was definitely how we'll go for this week as far as a starting lineup, but feel very comfortable at making switches at any time. All right, we'll see you Wednesday. That's tomorrow.